The city of Las Vegas has always carried a certain kind of magic. Bright lights that never seem to dim, music floating through the streets long after midnight, giant hotels standing proudly beneath glowing skies. It is the kind of place where unbelievable stories somehow feel possible. And for fans of Jimin, one recent wave of online speculation has sparked the question that feels almost too surprising to ignore. What if King Jimin ever visited a Las Vegas casino? Now, before anything else, there are no confirmed reports, no official statements, and no verified evidence suggesting this happened. But in true fandom fashion, one small whisper online can quickly turn into an avalanche of theories, emotions, excitement, and curiosity. Because when it comes to Jimin, fans notice everything. And somehow, one simple question suddenly became the center of countless discussions. Would HYBE even allow something like that? That question alone was enough to send fandom spaces into overdrive. Not because casinos automatically mean controversy, not because anyone genuinely believed something dramatic happened, but because the idea itself felt strangely fascinating. After all, this is Las Vegas, and this is Jimin, a combination that somehow feels impossible to ignore. Why Las Vegas always feels different for BTS fans? For longtime fans, Las Vegas is not just another city. It holds memories, massive performances, explosive fan energy, moments that felt almost unreal. When BTS spent time in Vegas during concerts, the city transformed into something bigger than entertainment. Restaurants changed menus for fans, hotels welcomed ARMY everywhere. Purple lights seemed to glow across entire streets. Las Vegas almost became a second home for fandom memories. So whenever Jimin and Las Vegas appear in the same sentence again, fans naturally become curious. Could he be revisiting memories? Could he simply be enjoying private downtime? Could this entire rumor just be another case of fans connecting dots that never existed? No one knows, but that uncertainty is exactly what made people start talking. The tiny detail that started big questions. In fandom spaces, speculation often begins in the smallest ways: a vague post, an unusual observation, a passing comment, sometimes even a blurry image can trigger endless discussions. And suddenly, fans began imagining scenarios. What if Jimin was quietly enjoying Las Vegas away from cameras? What if he simply wanted to experience something normal? What if entering a casino wasn't even about gambling at all? Because here is something many people outside Vegas may not realize. Casinos in Las Vegas are not always just casinos. They're restaurants, luxury hotels, concert venues, art spaces, shopping areas, meeting places. Sometimes people walk through them simply because they're impossible to avoid. In Vegas, casinos are practically woven into everyday experiences, which immediately made many fans pause and think, would visiting one even be that shocking? Suddenly, the conversation changed. Instead of panic, many fans became curious, and maybe even a little protective, because whenever Jimin's name trends, emotions naturally become intense. Would HYBE even allow it? This became the biggest question. HYBE, the company managing BTS, has long been known for carefully protecting artists' schedules, public image, and security. Fans often wonder how much freedom idols actually have during downtime. Can they explore cities privately? Can they visit public places? Can they enjoy normal experiences without endless supervision? The truth is, nobody outside the company truly knows, but fans love discussing possibilities. Some argued, Jimin is an adult, of course he can decide where he wants to go. Others wondered, maybe security teams would avoid crowded places. And then came another perspective. Vegas casinos aren't always what people imagine. It could literally just be dinner or sightseeing. The debate quickly became less about rules and more about curiosity, because perhaps the bigger question wasn't actually about permission. Maybe fans simply wanted to imagine Jimin enjoying life peacefully, relaxed, happy, free from pressure. For someone constantly under the spotlight, even ordinary moments feel meaningful to fans. Why fans are so protective of Jimin? Anyone who has followed Jimin for years understands something important. Fans deeply care about him. Sometimes almost too much, not because they want to control him, but because they have seen how hard he works. His perfectionism, his endless dedication, the way he pushes himself, the effort behind every performance, every stage, every vocal line, every dance move. People often describe Jimin as someone who gives everything. And maybe that is exactly why fans become emotional imagining him simply relaxing somewhere, even if that somewhere happened to be Las Vegas, even if that somewhere happened to include a casino, because at the center of all this discussion was one surprisingly wholesome thought: he deserves time to enjoy himself. That sentiment appeared again and again, and honestly, that says a lot about how much people care about him. The King Jimin effect. There is also something uniquely fascinating about imagining Jimin in glamorous settings, luxury hotels, elegant fashion, late-night city lights, sophisticated atmospheres. Fans joke all the time that Jimin naturally fits luxury aesthetics without even trying. And Vegas practically feels cinematic. People instantly imagine scenes: Jimin dressed casually but somehow impossibly stylish, walking quietly through bright hotel hallways, laughing softly with trusted friends, enjoying music, trying incredible food, simply existing in a way fans rarely get to see. Again, none of this is confirmed reality, but fandom imagination moves quickly, and somehow everyone suddenly had a movie playing in their heads. Why rumors spread so fast in fandom spaces? One thing fandom communities are incredibly good at: connecting dots. Sometimes accurately, sometimes very creatively. One detail becomes 10 theories. 10 theories become thousands of discussions, and suddenly social media feels like an investigation room. But what makes Jimin fandom unique is that discussions often turn emotional rather than hostile. Instead of scandal, many fans seemed more curious than judgmental. Questions appeared like, did he finally get private time? Was he enjoying Vegas quietly? Wouldn't it be cute if he just wanted to explore? Some fans even laughed at how quickly people became dramatic, because let's be honest, the phrase Jimin in Vegas already sounds like a movie beginning. Add the word casino, and suddenly fandom enters full detective mode. The bigger conversation: idols and privacy. Interestingly, this rumor sparked another conversation entirely: privacy. How much privacy should idols have? How much do fans actually want to know? Should every outing become public discussion? These questions are not new, but whenever someone as beloved as Jimin enters the conversation, emotions naturally feel bigger. Many fans shared similar thoughts. If he ever wanted to go somewhere normal, I hope nobody bothers him. Others said he deserves to experience life like everyone else. That perspective resonated deeply because beyond fame, performances, and headlines, there is still a human being, someone who might simply want dinner, a walk, music, or maybe just curiosity about a city. And perhaps that's what touched fans most. Could Jimin actually enjoy Vegas? This question unexpectedly became fun for fans to imagine. Vegas is exciting, beautiful, chaotic, luxury mixed with energy. Would Jimin enjoy the nightlife, the incredible food, the incredible performances, the hidden luxury lounges? Fans immediately started theorizing. Some believed he would love quieter places, elegant restaurants, relaxing spaces, beautiful night views. Others joked he would somehow turn even the simplest outing into a legendary moment, because somehow Jimin has always carried that energy without trying, without forcing attention. People simply notice him. That natural charisma became part of why this rumor fascinated fans so much. The emotional side of the discussion. What stood out most was not drama, it was affection. Again and again, people expressed one feeling: I just hope he's happy. That sentence appeared everywhere. And maybe that's the real story here. Not casinos, not permission, not Vegas itself, but the fact that fans genuinely want Jimin to have joy outside work. A peaceful moment, an unforgettable memory, something that belongs only to him. Because fans know better than anyone, Jimin works hard, very hard, and sometimes imagining him smiling somewhere far away feels comforting. So, did it really happen? At the end of the day, there is still no verified confirmation that Jimin visited a Las Vegas casino, and perhaps there never will be. Sometimes fandom conversations stay exactly what they began as: curiosity. Theories, imagination, tiny whispers that somehow become giant discussions overnight. But if there is one thing this whole moment proved, it's this. People care deeply about Jimin, enough to wonder where he is, enough to imagine his happiness, enough to ask questions, enough to hope he's enjoying life. And honestly, that might be the most beautiful part of fandom, because whether he's on stage dazzling thousands or quietly living life somewhere far away, one thing remains true. Fans will always cheer for him. And maybe somewhere under the bright lights of a city like Las Vegas, the thought of King Jimin smiling freely is enough to make fans smile too. But the biggest question still lingers. If Jimin ever truly stepped into a Las Vegas casino, would HYBE allow it? Or would fandom simply turn another tiny mystery into one unforgettable story?